Saints. My name is Maryann Ushi.
Hi Saints, my name is Jeffrey.
I am Maryann Ushi.
I am Bivan Tessie.
Ever wondered why some people find it difficult to read or pronounce words easily even after much teaching? Have you heard of the condition known as dyslexia? Well, sit back, relax while we dive into this important and often misunderstood topic. Hi Saints, my name is Maryann and this is Catholic Faith Forum. Let's go on a short break. When we get back, you meet my guest. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Saints. This is Catholic Faith Forum and I am Maryann. Our topic for today is understanding dyslexia. October 8th is World Dyslexia Awareness Day, and we just thought it as part of our own way of contributing to the topic to discuss it today. Well, I have with me an amazing guest. His name is Mr. Richard Emmanuel. Should I add Taffy? Mr. Taffy Richard Emmanuel, thank you so much for joining me today.
Welcome.
All right, so he is a special needs educator and a therapist with about 15 years experience. He works with persons with autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, learning deficiency disorder, speech delays, and so on, you know, that kind of thing. He has been in this field since 2008. He works remotely with schools in Lagos Axis for now and also does some home sessions to make sure that these persons deserve a chance for a better life and more to the society at large. So thank you so much, and thank you very much for all that you do.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, so how are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Okay, are you sure you're fine? You're very fine.
I'm perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, so October 8th is World Dyslexia Day. So can you just explain to us what dyslexia means and how it affects people?
All right. Dyslexia simply means it's a neurological disorder that affects somebody or persons to read, write, and spell. So most times we notice we maybe want to read, you're with your book looking at the lines, you can't assimilate, you can't even read anything, looking like as if you can't even understand what is written there. So most times it's called neurological. Not simply means it's not inherited, it's not just maybe acquired from parents or anything. It comes from birth. Like not more like autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, and all that. So it comes right from birth. So you can't just inherit it maybe after your 2-3 years and all that. So it's something you can notice as the child grows, or let me say within the age of, let me say 2, 1 or thereabouts. So you can be able to know, fine, this child can be able to dictate or read even little common sounds like abacad. As simple as that. So it's just a challenge that if with early interventions, it can actually be taken care of.
Okay, but is there anything that maybe happens during pregnancy that now brings this condition?
Well, there is no scientifically proved cause for this anyway, but there are lots and lots of causes for some of all these challenges actually out there. The commonest challenge we have in Nigeria here, you can get autism, you can get Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, ADHD, learning deficiency disorder, and all that. So there are so many causes, but most times there are, let me use 5 key points. Advisably, when a woman is up to, let me say, 40 years old, I think the aspect of giving birth should be stopped because the umbilical cords, the body system, the womb becomes weaker and all that, won't be able to supply oxygen and all that the baby needs to form.
At 40?
Yeah, most times 40, 45, but as time goes on, we depreciate anyway. So, but presently we study to be at 40, at least. So when we go on gets to 40, both the man and the woman, you should just try to like stop it because, for instance, I have a client, though that is Down syndrome anyway. Looking at their history, the mom tried to explain that it was just a mistake anyway because she was up to 40 and she got conceived and there's nothing you can do about it. By the end of the day, they happen to be Down syndrome child. Another cause may be alcoholic contents. Maybe a woman is pregnant and you keep taking lots and lots of alcohol and all that. not forgetting that whatever you take, whatever you eat, your child, yes, feeds through your umbilical cord, right? So it's affects because the chemical content in all these alcohols, for you an adult, you can be able to like work with it, but imagine a child who is still very much tender. So what be the effects of that? Yeah. Second, thirdly, most times, if a woman is pregnant anyway, you have conceived, and after a scan and everything, notice you have triplets in your womb, there is this possibility of you being asked to use CS. Most times we'll be like, why I can't push? It's not actually that you can push, because let's put it this way. Let me use the layman's language here. Okay. It's being said water has burst or something like that. That simply means, yeah, it's time to push, right? So now there is oxygen that helps the child to stay in the womb all through the formation period for the 1st month to the 9th month. Now, once that happens, it's the water aspect of water bursting and all that. Once that happens, simply means this is the time for the child to come out. So this oxygen supply of the child to the brain becomes minimal. Now imagine the woman pushes out the first blood, the first child. The remaining two, what happens? The woman gets weaker by the year as time goes on. Now imagine, okay, after the child manages the first oxygen and the energy of the woman to push the first one, fine. The second one, what happens? The woman manages to push that. Then the third one, what has he been surviving with? And most times, let me say, most time, labor takes for a child or one child to come out may take up to 15 minutes. Yeah, it depends on the woman anyway. So you now begin to imagine how has a child been surviving? That's like almost imagine that, as tender as that. What supplies the oxygen? What supplies everything the child needs? The umbilicus has a bit stopped functioning and all that. So the first one goes down. What about the second one? Then the third one. Okay. That most times let's just take CS and the child, everybody comes out at once. Okay, so these are things that could probably lead to complications in children. Yeah, okay. All right, but then, so back to dyslexia now. It's not just about mixing up letters, like say when you see B, you're looking at it as D and all of that. Yeah. Or what exactly is it like for people who have that condition? All right, it's a challenge anyway. So most times, let me correct that, people have this, let's say, mentality of saying my child has a problem. I'm going to go back to what you asked anyway. It's not actually a problem. With early intervention, this can be sorted out. It's just a challenge. Now, what happens, let me go back to your question. What happens here is you may be glancing through the lines, thinking that you're focused on the line. Looking at, okay, let me say you have a word like, let me say this. This is ask. Now, looking at this is ask to you, to I, this is ask. Now, the words or the letters may be shaken or some kind of. Even this I, this may face the other way around. Wow. K may face backward. So it's just like as if you're having mood, I don't know what I call it, mood swing or something. So being able to dictate or assimilate just what this is becomes a challenge. So that's what happens with dyslexia, everything. Wow. Okay, thank you so much for that clarification. I think I didn't even think of it in that way. But let's go on a short break. It's time for us to find out who our saint of the week is. So over to you, Grace.
The origin of the Feast of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary dates back to the victory at the Battle of Lepanto in 1571, a crucial naval battle between the Holy League, a coalition of Christian states, and the Ottoman Empire, which was expanding its influence in the Mediterranean. The battle was seen as a critical moment for Christendom, and the victory was attributed to the intercession of Virgin Mary, specifically through the prayers of the Rosary, power past power. At that time, Pope Pius V had urged Catholics to pray the Rosary for the success of the Holy League, and it was believed that the prayers of the faithful, particularly the recitation of the Rosary, played a significant role in securing the victory. In gratitude for the victory, Pope Pius V established the Feast of Our Lady of Victory on October 7, 1571 to commemorate Mary's intercession. Later, the feast was renamed to Our Lady of the Rosary by Pope Gregory XIII in 1573 to emphasize the devotion to the Rosary. The Rosary itself, as a form of prayer, traces its roots to the early Middle Ages, but it became widely popular after its promotion by Saint Dominic in the 13th century. According to tradition, Our Lady appeared to Saint Dominic and encouraged him to pray the Rosary as a means to combat heresy and promote devotion to Christ. Our Lady of the Rosary is a title given to the Blessed Virgin Mary, emphasizing her role in the devotion of the Holy Rosary, a form of prayer that involves the repetition of prayers and the meditation on key events in the lives of Jesus Christ and Mary. The prayer consists of the Apostles' Creed, the Our Father, the Hail Mary, and the Glory Be. Till date, the Feast of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary is celebrated on October 7th. Till date, the Feast of Our Lady of the Rosary is celebrated on October 7th. Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary, pray for us.
Welcome back, Saints, and thank you so much, Tessie, for that wonderful story on the life of the Saint of the Week. So back to our conversation, we're talking about dyslexia. What are some common misconceptions that people have about dyslexia? Because, I mean, I didn't even know about this now. So what are some other misconceptions that people might think dyslexia is?
All right, there are lots of them. Okay. First of all, many people think it's hereditary. It's not actually hereditary. Okay, let's assume a mother of 5, you have 5 children, there's the possibility of one just coming out with it. It's not hereditary actually. And that is one. Secondly, people do mistake autism to dyslexia. Autism is not dyslexia. So one may just have, okay, see a child who is on that spectrum, the person has autism, there's a possibility of the child just being able to escape this. So it's not that, okay, for the fact someone has autism, it's a must that the person must experience dyslexia. It's not that way. Okay. All right. So another one, people feel is, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Christian anyway. Everything is not all about Holy Ghost fire, to be frank with you, because, yeah, to be frank, because there have been so many occasions I've been, maybe I'm invited for an assessment for a child, maybe for any child or kind of challenge and all that. And by the end of the day, you start hearing, my child will be well in Jesus' name, we don't need you. That is just, to me, is a fallacy, because God will help when you help your own self. Yeah. Now, you invite a therapist to help your child. And so your next step is going to be, okay, after an assessment, let the therapy continue. Now, let the therapist do his job. Yeah. So many people believe, oh, okay, I'm a pastor, I'm this, I believe in God, my child has dyslexia, I don't need a therapist, I don't need this. Then you keep on bombarding prayers with all that and expecting the child to have a difference. When it's something that can actually... Yeah, with the right intervention and therapy sessions, the child will definitely come out. And some people at the same time think people who have dyslexia are lazy. It's not. They are trying their best to make a difference. But due to the fact that it's from the brain, so it keeps reoccurring. But with the right interventions, there will be a difference.
Okay, so now talking about it from a faith perspective, you mentioned the whole people say, oh, my child will be fine by God's grace and all of that. How can we now approach supporting these individuals who have learning disorders like dyslexia from a faith angle?
All right, from the faith angle, it's all about believing this is going to work. But first of all, you can't be talking about helping children with or person with dyslexia without talking about love, empathy. These are the two key points. Now, empathy I'm talking about here, it simply means putting yourself under the shoes of this individual. So you can imagine you are trying to read something now, right? Yeah. Now, imagine you are trying to looking at the lines, you can't be able to detect anything. You can't assimilate anything. Now, imagine you now put yourself under the shoes of somebody who has dyslexia. You read fluently because you just needed to, and everything went on well. So imagine you trying to do that, and I'm not saying you have dyslexia anyway, so imagine you're having it. So empathy simply means putting yourself in the position, in the shoes of somebody that has been affected with one of these challenges. Love is another one. So when it comes to talking about the aspect of faith and all that, believe that, okay, my child has this. You have gone for maybe an assessment or anything in the hospital, your child has been diagnosed that he or she has dyslexia. Stop saying, God forbid, no, I reject it. No, it doesn't work like that. So believe it out, oh, fine, God, thank you. Because as they say, a problem discovered is a problem half solved. So with your faith, you have discovered that, oh, my child has this. Now, what is the next step? Look for a therapist, then pray to God, and everything sorted. It's got it.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much. What are some of the signs that parents or teachers can, notice in a child to know that this person has this? Because sometimes we think that, oh, this child is just lazy or is just refusing to learn how to pronounce a simple word like ask. What are those signs that could point them to realize that this may not just be laziness, it could just be a challenge?
Okay, have you ever imagined a child? Let's assume the child's name is Kingsley. You say, Kingsley, please, can we come and do your assignment? The child is shying away. It's not actually that the child doesn't want to do the assignment, but the child knows that even if he gets the assignment, he can't be able to read. So most times when you notice children are shying away from it, from anything concerning reading, writing, spelling, that is number one. So another one, you can be thinking of a child who can't be able to spell. That's number two. A child who maybe a copy there is a note, something written on the board, and you expect the child to copy. The child looks, nothing happens, looks again, nothing happens, looks again, nothing happens. Now let me explain this. There is this connection. Our brain is like a memory card. Let me put it that way. So imagine you are trying to copy. Let's assume it's this same ask. You have looked at the board. You are seeing you have captured it, right? You are putting it down. Now, the possibility of someone who has dyslexia looking at the board, seeing getting to the book and nothing happens, it goes away. So you're going to be like, why is he not copying? Are you not copying? Are you not? It's part of it. So don't just condemn the child. No, oh, that is the challenge. And there are lots and lots. Because of time, I wouldn't have to explain a whole lot of it.
Okay, so are there special doctors who can diagnose dyslexia, and how do they do it? Do they maybe run some tests? What kind of tests and all that?
Well, there are. First of all, like special needs teachers and all that, they can help you do that. And speech and language skills, like let me say, speech therapists and pathologists can help you do that. They are so licensed. They are licensed to do all that because it's all about bringing up a child. That's we call it evaluation or assessment. You notice that your child is having this challenge or something. You look around, invite speech therapist or speech pathologist or special needs educationist and all that. Okay, have this assessment. It's not just, it doesn't need a blood sample and all that. It's just all about giving the child. We have the activities we take within 5 minutes. I have dictated, oh, this child has it. So to answer this question, speech therapists can help you do that. Speech pathologists can help you do that. Special needs educationists can help you do that as well.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, it's time for us to go on another break to find out about our faith. So it's the Know Your Faith session. Over to you, Elefachi.
So, you want to be Oga, you want to control the hem of affairs, you want to receive the respect accorded to a leader. Do you really have what it takes to be a leader? Not be just to the answer leader, you they lead. Don't worry, I got you. In this episode, I'll be sharing 3 core values to have as a leader. Ndinkem, you're welcome to this spectacular episode of Know Your Faith series. You know now, I am Elefachi, and here are 3 core values to have as a leader. The first, number 1, integrity. As leaders, you must stand firm in your faith and principles. Something that may seem minute as choosing to return the extra change a shopkeeper mistakenly gave you, even when no one would know, is a simple act of integrity. Number 2, empathy. A leader, you must be a leader who cares and connects deeply. Think about Jesus washing his disciples' feet. True leadership is about serving and understanding others' needs. In your role, whether leading a choir or a youth group, always strive to listen. Listen to others and be compassionate. Number 3, vision. Leading without direction is like riding a boat without a compass. Set clear goals, dream big, and align your vision with God's plan. Remember, Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Don't go carry your people go where they don't know. If you don't have vision as a leader, you go carry your people go where them no know. God forbid, sha. Leadership is about impact and not just titles. With integrity, empathy, and vision, you will not only lead, but you will inspire others to follow Christ, our one true leader. Now, here's a question for you. Are you leading well where you are? Yes or no? I'll be waiting to read from you in the comment section. As you know, I am Elefachi, and until next time, be bold, be Catholic. Bye.
Thank you so much, Elefachi, for that amazing session. All right, back to our conversation. We're wrapping up the discussion now. Does dyslexia only affect children? Can it be present in adults?
Sure, it can be.
So you said it starts from birth. So that means they've had it from when they were born till adulthood without even treating it.
Yeah, okay. Why? Let me just answer that question. Why it can affect, why it lingers to adulthood is if the child will notice having let's say the child has dyslexia from when the child was young, is not being managed or taken care of. Definitely the child grows with it to adulthood. It's necessary. To be frank with you,
it doesn't just come in adults.
No, it comes from birth. Many adults out there has it, so it's there.
Okay, so what are some strategies or interventions that help individuals with dyslexia thrive academically or even professionally?
All right, with the help of a speech therapist, the child or the individual can help out, can succeed with it. Early interventions can help. I'll still go back to that love and empathy is necessary. Now, for a child who has someone who has dyslexia in his or her class, or a parent, there's no point, you know this child can do, there's no point asking the child to come out first of the class answer questions. It's more or less like going to let me use the word, disgrace the child, right? So you know this child can't do it, don't let the child do it. So possibly another way you can do this is, instead of the child copying from the board, you can simply write the notes, bring it close to the child transfer what is there, because hence from the distance, there is disparity, right? So yeah, you can just put down the note, let the child copy, or you can dictate. Okay. Right, for someone who can't be able to read, let's assume I'm working with a child who has dyslexia now. I won't just show you this. This is a flashcard, right? It has a picture at the back. It has this. So for a child who can't be able to read ask, I can't tell you what is this. You're going to say ask. No. This has to be broken down. Ask. So with that, anywhere the child, once I've broken it out, you have seen this ask. Even with dyslexia, anywhere the child sees this, it goes. So I won't just come and say ASK. That's the letter sound. That's the letter name, rather. But with this, ask, this is letter sounds. So with the sound, the child can maybe be able to break down and blend this. They learn better with sounds, yeah. Okay. And with the help of the picture here, you have seen ask. Then I'm talking about run. I'm showing someone that has run. So imagine you are seeing run. You are seeing someone that is running. Tell me, if the child sees run anywhere, the child will be able to, oh, I've seen run somewhere, and there's a picture depicting that. Okay. You understand? So there are so many ways you can use to help this child.
Be cured, or they just keep managing it?
When we use the word cure, it looks like as if it's a disease. It's not a disease. Okay, like it's just a disorder. It can be managed with the right intervention. There will be a long and a whole lot of changes, and the person can still succeed. I won't even notice during adulthood.
Okay. So finally, the Bible tells us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. How does this verse apply to understanding and accepting people with dyslexia? Just to round up.
All right. To use that word, at the same time, people with dyslexia can at the same time, they're what we call gifted and talented too. So for the fact that someone has dyslexia doesn't mean the child doesn't have any hope. Even with dyslexia, this person can still excel. So to me, I see dyslexia as a gift from God. Why did I say so? People with dyslexia, the possibility of them being gifted and talented, excelling more than who doesn't have it. Because once that early intervention has been given, the child skyrockets. And by the end of the day, may find out the child is, okay, we say the child is gifted and talented. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for enlightening us. I appreciate your time with us, and we've learned even things that we didn't know about this condition. So many misconceptions here and there, but I'm glad that we're able to clarify these misconceptions. So thank you so much once again for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And to my viewers, dear saints, that is our show for today. If you have any other questions concerning this topic, please do well to drop us a comment in the comment section of our YouTube channel at Dominican Media. Do well to subscribe and also like this video. I remain Maryann Ushi. You can catch me on Instagram at _Maryann Ushi. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms at CFF on TV. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere you would like, anywhere you think of. Just look for us, we're there. All right, until next time, keep being saints in jeans and shirts. Bye.
All right, the greatest message is there is hope. Yeah, let none of them give up.